My favourite element of LEGO Horizon Adventures is the attention to detail that this incredible team has put together.
This is one of the few LEGO games where everything is made out of LEGO bricks.
Literally every single piece that you will see in the world, every object, you can really rebuild that thing at home.
We're delivering the world of Horizon, but through the lens of LEGO creativity.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
LEGO Horizon Adventures has been a really cool experience for me. When I was growing up, the only toys that I owned were LEGO toys, video games, and I spent hours playing both of them.
Building with Lego bricks has always been such a huge inspiration for me since I was 4 years old, really. And I always loved to build castles, towns, layouts, cities.
Among the wonderful toys my parents would bring to me, there were those beautiful models of the spaceships and the astronaut characters. And with my dad, I would build the models. And with my mom, during the day, we would play. And she would always pick that blue astronaut character, which even as of today reminds me of all those adventures.
My authentic connection to LEGO Horizon Adventures and LEGO sets is my son. He is 8, and playing with LEGO bricks and LEGO sets is his favourite thing to do.
The coolest thing, I think, of a parent is to be able to share your old passions, the old cool things from the past. You want to share that with your kids, right?
And fittingly, in the Horizon world, family is also a very core element.
We've come full circle with this project to combine all that into one experience that everybody was so excited about. It really came together wonderfully.
Hello there! Whoa!
Are you okay?
He's layering of talent and passion and creativity and just joy. There's such joy in working on a LEGO game, and especially something like Horizon, where there's an effort to bring something quite serious from the original Zero Dawn over to LEGO Horizon Adventures. We needed to give it that element of funny, of light-hearted, of silly, of play.
Be careful!
Recovery.
He is really good at that.
Horizon is all about the mystery of the origins, and especially for Aloy, and it's something we try to replicate in LEGO Horizon Adventures. And every character, they're onto their quest for finding a family, building a home, and making connections with each other in the story of LEGO Horizon Adventures.
The world of Horizon Zero Dawn is filled with incredible natural landscapes. It's one of the core things about the game, so that's something that we had to also do for LEGO Horizon Adventures.
So that they would still be buildable if you actually had the elements themselves, but it would also look as seamless as possible.
The process to create a naturally overgrown environment for the game was such a great collaboration.
The beauty and the polish that you see on every tiny brick, it is phenomenal to look at.
You can go in and see how everything is made. You can see all the little details. You can see all the little LEGO elements that were used to bring things to life.
We started out in a very realistic way. So we started rebuilding the original old world buildings from the Horizon games.
Looking closely at what we did for Horizon and then trying to convey that in LEGO form.
And then actually someone sneaked in an official LEGO set in the background, and we were looking, it's like, oh, this can work, this is fun. And then we sneaked in like the gas station and then another one. And in the end, it made total sense, right? I mean, the old world should be the old LEGO world.
Whoa, an old world wreck. I wonder what it was for.
My favorite thing about LEGO Horizon Adventures is how colorful the world is. It's so lush, it's beautiful, it's detailed. It's an actual real LEGO world that you can walk around in and explore. You can lose yourself for days in this world.
Watch your feet!
My favorite part of the design process is looking at the sets and the builds just develop, how they naturally evolve from very early versions, working together to figure out how to solve specific problems, how to get the movement we want, how to get the specific look we want.
We always try to say what would be the LEGO version of the machine, and it was something that we used a lot during development.
And so every machine, the work was, okay, what are the traits of this machine? How does it behave? And how can we make the best use possible of the LEGO bricks to recreate this?
So an example of one of the machines that we made into LEGO Horizon Adventures is the Shell Walker, which is a large crab.
With the Shell Walker, we always said, what's the Shell Walker's personality? He's always trying to defend his cargo. So at the end of the day, the Shell Walker felt like a mean defensive machine, but at the same time in a funny way.
We wanted to recreate the machine as detailed as possible. So you start with the skeleton of the machine and then you add all the details into that. That's also how Guerrilla does with their own machine. They have a skeleton and they add all the armor plating and everything.
Well, the fun thing about the Thunderjaw and the Shellwalker, I actually took it upon myself to build both of them from the Lego bricks. To be honest, not much change between like the iconic original Thunderjaw and the one we have in Lego Horizon Adventures, right?
We wanted him to be a little bit scary, a little bit dangerous, and feel like you're fighting this gigantic machine. So we sort of took that on a bit more directly from the original game.
By going through this process, the machines, all the designs, they got so much more personality, I think. Now they became a lot more fun, they became a lot more playful.
All machines have their own unique particular personalities and attacks and the things that they do. They're very different from one another. So when they'll come together, what's really fun is actually fighting in combination of them. That makes it really, really interesting, and it just creates a really wacky, fun, and creative combat.
For example, you can use a giant brick separator to dismantle machine. It's fantastic. I love that.
One of the main pillars in the game is player freedom. That's why we have systems so that no combat is the same. But that's also why we went really far to provide really deep and really open ways to customize your characters.
To use customization as a tool to make the game charming.
And you can do this by picking amazing outfits from Horizon Zero Dawn that were made into Lego form. And also you can find Lego pieces from older sets.
We also wanted that to reflect in the game. So once you do all that, then you go out on a quest, you get to see the cinematics with the actual outfit that you created.
It takes what can be sometimes quite serious conversations and just makes them ridiculous if you're dressed as a pig or as a llama.
Yeah, you sure it wasn't the heat getting to you? Yeah, that can make you dream up some pretty wild stuff. Ow!
I think as soon as we saw like, hey, this still works. You can dress up in funny ways. It's still Horizon. It still works with the game, and it actually makes the game more free, more fun.
And the same also goes for all the buildings you can rebuild in Mother's Heart. We really wanted the village to be a reflection of the player's creativity to recreate the village of your dreams. And we went really deep into the options when it comes to customizing Mother's Heart. So yeah, I really hope to see some wonderful examples of player creativity thanks to this side of the game.
Do all of it. Customize everything, change your characters' outfits, loads, play with all of the different characters.
It's really fun, it's really sort of silly as well. It just makes for a charming, charming game. And that was very important for us.
I got you right where I want you.
Aloy!
One also aspect we wanted to be very distinct was this idea that you can create joyful chaos as you play. And adding co-op to the experience was really, really fitting the vision we had for the game.
I'm gonna assume that was an accident.
We wanted players to play together. We didn't want players to go with their own things. We wanted players to follow each other, to deal with things together, to get into trouble together.
Being able to play together either on the same TV or online, you are now two players, two actors in the same world, and that world is responding to your inputs and your actions. So it was the perfect addition to make the experience shine.
I think I can get used to flying.
We made a Lego game from the Horizon franchise. It's been a dream in the Lego design organization for a long time, and we have been able to create that. So I am so proud of that.
We're all on the same page about loving the IP, loving the story, and also loving Lego bricks.
The quality of the work relationship was so strong because all that mattered at the end was, can we make a great game for our players?
I can't wait for players to explore the majestic world of Lego Horizon Adventures and find secrets, find challenging combat with dangerous machines.
And just seeing this whole world made out of Lego bricks is stunning.
It's really the feeling of making a game that's still very exciting, but at the same time, it just makes people happy. That was a great thing.
Now Aloy is super happy, she's so sassy, it's amazing to see. She has great friends and everything is about humor.
It's such a family-friendly game that is just joyful. We cannot wait for you to play it.
Come on, let's find out what happened.
Nope, 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 nope. Yes!